Hi, I am Chandan. Today I am going to explain about 802.11 association process. 802.11 networks are also called WLAN networks or wireless LAN. In WLAN, if a mobile station has to send data frames or data to the backend network, then it has to go through the access point. So, access point acts as a bridge between the mobile station and the backend network. So, if the mobile station has to send the data frames, then it has to be authenticated and associated. In 802.11 protocol, there are three states. One is non-authenticated and non-associated state, that is till here. Second one is authenticated but not yet associated state, that will be here. And third thing is authenticated and associated state, that will be here. So mobile station sends the probe request to discover the access points in its proximity. This probe request contains mobile station supported data rates and also 802.11 capabilities of mobile station. On receiving the probe request, the access points will check if it has compatible data rates, and if it has, then it will respond with the probe response. This probe response advertises things like SSID, and the SSID is nothing but wireless network name, and also it advertises its 802.11 capabilities, 802.11 capabilities and supported data rates. So once mobile station receives the probe response from multiple access points, then it chooses the access points which are compatible to it. Once it chooses the compatible access points or the networks, then it sends the authentication request. So this is 802.11 authentication frame. So 802.11 authentication frame is different from 802.1x authentication frame or WPA2 frames. So initially this 802.11 authentication frames were designed for web encryption mode. Since web encryption mode was found to be insecure, now this web encryption mode is deprecated, and the mobile station almost always sends the authentication request with open system authentication. So, and this open system authentication almost always succeeds. So mobile station sends authentication request with the sequence as 0x001. On receiving the authentication request, access point will respond with authentication response. So this authentication response will have sequence of 02. So on receiving the authentication response, mobile station will come to authenticated and but not yet associated state. So 802.11 protocol provides provision such that mobile stations can be authenticated to multiple access points at the same time, but can be associated to only one access point at a time. So this is provided so that it facilitates the mobile station during mobility. So on receiving the authentication response, mobile station comes to authenticated state. Then it chooses the compatible access point and sends the association request. Again, this association request contains the supported rates or 802.11 capabilities of mobile station. On receiving the association request, access point will check if it is compatible, and then the access point responds with the association response. This association response contains the association ID for a station, and it provides mobile station with access to the network. So at this stage, the mobile station will be both authenticated and associated. And let us look at two situations where access point can send deauth or disassociate frame. Suppose the mobile station is in non-authenticated and non-associated state, and if it tries to send association request or any other data frame, then the access point will send a deauthentication frame, putting the mobile station back to its non-authenticated or non-associated state. By any means, a mobile station without getting authenticated, it cannot associate to any other access point. Similarly, if the mobile station is authenticated but not associated, it cannot send any data frames. If it tries to send the data frame, then the access point may respond with the disassociation frame, putting the mobile station back into authenticated state. Hence, mobile station cannot send any data frame when it is not associated to the access point. So that's it for today. Thank you.